Welcome everybody to 2K16. We're going to do a little nostalgia run here, and I'm going to show you guys what it might be like if you drafted 2K16 in 2025. Well, let's get started, shall we? Um, quick disclaimer, playing on the PC, and I don't know the controls. I don't know what LF1 is or RF1. Left F1? I don't have the right F1. Okay, well, anyways, we're gonna have to play with, we're gonna have to draft with the 76ers anyways. So 76ers fans, you're welcome. And let's get right in. LeBron James, number one. Anthony Davis, number two. Steph Curry. That's about, sometimes you get Steph Curry first, LeBron James second, then Anthony Davis. But yeah, Kyrie Irving usually goes eight. Oh, wow, guys. Well, we could get a 25-year-old Clay Thompson for 15 million. That is expensive. Paul George for 17 million. Podcast P. Is that who we want? Mm, so I think we're going to be looking for a Clay Thompson. Clay Thompson, welcome to Philly. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. We're going to see some pretty interesting picks here. Carl Anthony Towns for the Bucks. Gordon Hayward playing for the Spurs. Kobe is a Celtic. My goodness. Well, we have our shooting guard. Who do we want as our point guard? Kyle Lowry is pretty good, but he's a little expensive. How much is he worth? 12 million. Actually, isn't that bad. And he's in his prime. Prime Kyle Lowry is pretty good, guys. Victor Oladipo for $5 million. We could get Giannis, which I think that will be good because small forwards are going to get extremely hard to find. Like, there's only three small forwards by the time you get to him, even. Okay, four with Tobias Harris, which is Tobias Harris is pretty good, but so I think we're gonna go with the Giannis. That's pretty insane. Giannis and Klay Thompson. Derrick Rose in Brooklyn. Rudy Gobert for the Spurs. Chris Middleton in the Rockets. Valanciunas for the Celtics. Wow. Joel Embiid for Sacramento. I think we want a power forward, guys. Kenneth Faried is way overpriced. Um, we could get actually Drew Holiday as our point guard. That might be it because I want the defense. But we could, and he's younger. He's a lot younger than Kyle Lowry. And we want a dynasty, right? Also, Reggie Jackson is expensive a little bit too. So I think, yeah, we're gonna go with Drew Holiday. Actually nuts, guys. Watch, by the time we finish this roster, you're gonna think it's disgusting. And it will be disgusting. Schroeder for the Pistons is nice. I like Schroeder, guys. I know he had a 0 point game in the playoffs for the Lakers, but I still like him. I think he's a good point guard. Julius Randle for the Cavs. Reggie Jackson's with the Knicks. Oh, I wanted Jay Crowder, guys. I was gonna pick him next. But we need a center, right? We got Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Klay Thompson. And we need a center. You know who's a really good, reliable center that I really enjoy? About to find out. Again, I would like to change the position to only centers, but I'm using my computer and my controller is not working. I need to get a new controller. But I think we can all agree that this center is a beast. Yes, you guys saw Kristaps Porzingis, but this guy right here, absolutely bonkers. Steven Adams. Gordon with the Pistons. I think the Pistons got a nice squad, guys. He looks like Karl Anthony Towns, Cauley Stein does in this game. Devin Booker with the Spurs. Let's go. All right. Now we need a solid power forward. And you know who's a good glue guy who can actually shoot the three at the power forward position? Patrick Patterson. Solid contract, just entering his prime. Good inside D, so help defense is solid. He's got a mid-range jumper. And he's big enough that he can like really do stuff on the inside. So Patrick Patterson as a power forward, this is insane. Should KCP with the Pelicans. $1 million contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. That's insane. This was the league 10 years ago, guys. Marcus Smart for the Grizzlies. That's a good one. Oh, Jordan Clarkson playing for the Pacers. Sick. I got a lot of respect for Jordan Clarkson. He always wants to square up. It's like his go-to move. He just squares up, man, anytime there's an issue. So funny. All right. Now, you know who a disgusting sixth man would be? I'm about to show you. CJ McCollum, 23 years old, $2.53 million. Sharpshooter from three, playmaker, has a mid-range jump shot, can play the guard, any guard position. Yes. CJ McCollum was a big part of the Damian Lillard era in Portland. He was the two guy, the number two guy. So just having him come off the bench for you is pretty nuts. Kelly Oubre, Zach Levine, Jeremy Lin is really good. Except Jeremy Lin in this game, he goes cold pretty easy, but he's still really good even though he goes cold. Campaign. Ricky Rubio for the Mavs. Okay. And you know who is a wonderful backup center that I just always love to draft in this round or the next round, one of them, as long because he will go around this time for sure. So I try to pick him up. Three-time NBA champion, the guy who really gives the effort and puts in the work. You play him right, and this dude could be an MVP caliber player in 2K16. I'm not even kidding you. With like 15 minutes coming off the bench, he can give you over 20 points and like three blocks. It's pretty insane. He's one of like the better blockers in the game and a really good post dunker. Just gets to the dunker spot and lights it up. Lance Stevenson in Orlando. That would be pretty fun to watch. Patty Mills is on the Mavericks. Interesting. Wonder why it's not. There we go. Okay. Evan Fournier, one of France's best Olympic players, that right there. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, um, Marcus Morris for 5 million is actually not bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Marcus Morris. All right, hopefully they don't get our next pick here, because our next pick is gonna put our roster into like we already have a dynasty roster, but our next pick is gonna put it over the top. And this is the round that if you don't get him, then certain teams might prioritize him here because of his youth. Let me know in the comment section, who do you think it's gonna be? We already have such a nasty roster. Well, now you're about to find out, fellas. His name is Nikola Jokic. That's right, 20 years old, $1.3 million over for 3 years. Insane. Yes, we want Nikola Jokic. Just a disgusting dynasty that we've built for you, Philadelphia fans. I wanted to pick Jeremy Grant, actually, like, but if you pick Jeremy Grant there, then they're gonna get Jokic. So, but if um, yeah, it's just really tough. Sometimes you can get away with waiting one more round for Jokic, but I try not to test it anymore because I just try to always have him on my team. You can get him so late in the draft, and he's so cheap. But now I'm about to show you guys some other really good hard effort players that deserve a shout out here. This guy was a great jazz player coming off the bench. Always gave effort. He could shoot long range. He's not afraid to go inside. Mr. Joe Ingles right here with the hair. It's like getting Manu Ginobili with the hair, but it's like budget Manu with Joe Ingles. That's basically what you can compare him to. He's like a budget Manu Ginobili. Insane. 27 years old, just entering his prime. Like, people sleep on that guy. He's a competitor. What else do we have here? Ooh, I want to get Vince Carter here. How many picks do I have up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like three, right? Um, I may get Vince Carter. I really like Vince Carter. He can catch fire in this game really quickly. He's just good coming off the bench. And giving him crunch time minutes, like clutch time minutes, is just it's a no-brainer. If you need a small forward in clutch time, I would trust Spencer Dinwiddie for only under $1 million. But we have a lot of youth guys. Jimmy Fredette too is a nice end picker or end pick. Um, yeah, so we're gonna get our guy, uh, Vince Carter. I forgot like what happens that makes him want to leave, like retire. But I think if you win with him and you give him good minutes off the bench, or even if you want to like start him and just still only give him like 16 minutes, he'll stay with you, I believe. But if you lose a little bit, he's gonna be like, "Nah, I don't want to be here. I'm getting too old for this." Me personally, this is my favorite basketball game because of the type of roster I can create. It is just stacked with so much talent that you can have Hall of Famers all as your starting lineup in a regular draft. Bojan Bogdanovic is really good. I think the CPU just thinks he's on a bad contract or something, or if he's like injury prone, I'm not sure, but the guy can definitely shoot. If you're a fan of basketball, you've been watching for a few years, you know that anybody with the last name Bogdanovich can shoot the three. So, yeah, we're gonna get that guy. Just a really good backup shooting guard if anybody gets injured. If your main guys get injured, he's insane. Another good one would be Joe Harris. Yeah, he's really young here too, and you can get him on a very cheap contract. Joe Harris doesn't get enough credit s- with how good he can shoot the three. I don't know why it does that. Okay. I can't believe Jose Calderon also goes undrafted. It's like, man, what is the CPU doing? I think they already got Terry Rozier, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they got Terry Rozier. Is this our last one? Jimmer Fredette, I think, is going to be the one too. Yeah, this is our last one. Look at this freaking roster, guys. Klay Thompson, Drew Holiday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Patrick Patterson, Steven Adams, Marcus Morris, Vince Carter, C.J. McCollum, JaVale McGee, Ojan, Joe Ingles, Nikola Jokic. What? What? Wait, do we have a backup point at power forward? Okay, he can do power forward and center. JaVale McGee can do center. So we have some good like center cover for injuries. We got a lot of guards. We do need another point guard. All right, my guy Jimmer Fredette. I like Jimmer. He was a great BYU player, under $1 million for his contract. I will take it. And that is it, you guys. Now, I can't play with this keyboard, but let me show you guys what our power rank is going to look like with this kind of roster. This would be, by any standard, just a ridiculous roster. So let's see what it would actually be like in in 2015 or 2K16. What do you think our rating is? One of the worst teams in the league. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.